You've bought the exact same spices your mom and grandma use. You followed their recipe to the letter. So why does your dish still taste flat? After cooking hundreds of fine dining Indian meals for my clients and observing my grandmother's every move in the kitchen, I finally realized why buying more expensive spices or equipment isn't the solution. It's knowing how to extract flavor from the spices you already own. In this video, I'll teach you the visual cues, the heat levels, and the timing required to unlock the essential oils that gives each spice its characteristic flavor. Think about coffee beans. When they're whole and unroasted, the flavors are locked inside and the aroma is subtle. It's only through the roasting process that the complex notes and the rich aroma are unlocked. That's exactly what happens with your spices. Most spices contain their flavors in microscopic oil sacs. When these sacs are intact, the flavors remain locked inside, which is why your spices taste bland and not like the vibrant flavors that you remember. What fascinates me the most about Indian cooking is that some of these traditions passed down through generations are backed by modern culinary science. When I saw my grandmother toasting spices before grinding them, I took that practice for granted. However, as I've refined my cooking techniques throughout the years, I now understand how important of a step that was. Dry roasting is key to releasing those flavors that are trapped inside your spices. It only takes about 2 minutes, but it makes all the difference through these 4 different mechanisms. The first thing it does is breaks down the cell walls that trap flavor. The second thing that happens as a result of that is all of those essential oils get released and are able to infuse with the food that you're cooking. Third thing that happens is when you apply heat to these spices, more complex aromatic compounds are created through Maillard reaction. And then lastly, applying heat also results in evaporation of the excess moisture that can dilute the flavor of these spices. The biggest mistake I've seen home cooks make is treating all spices exactly the same. Each spice has its own unique properties and requires different treatment. This is something I emphasize with all my students. Cumin seeds. These small boat-shaped cumin seeds have a yellowish-brown color with distinctive ridges. In their raw state, they possess a subtle earthy aroma. I'm using medium-low heat around 300 degrees Fahrenheit for cumin seeds. Notice how I'm constantly stirring to ensure even roasting. Watch for them to darken slightly and begin to release a fragrant aroma. It'll take about 1 to 1.5 minutes total. The seeds have transformed to a deeper, richer brown. That remarkable nutty fragrance signals that their essential oils have been released, transforming them from mildly bitter to deeply aromatic with enhanced sweetness. Coriander seeds. These round beige coriander seeds have gentle ridges and a mild lemony fragrance when raw. I'm using medium heat around 325 degrees Fahrenheit while gently swirling them in the pan. Look for a slight color shift to golden brown and listen for the subtle popping sound as they heat. This takes about 2 minutes total. They've turned a warm golden shade and have begun to pop. That's the signal that their citrusy floral aroma has intensified. The heat has unlocked their sweeter, nuttier dimensions. Fenugreek seeds. These small rectangular yellowish seeds have a bitter maple-like scent in their raw form. I'm using low heat around 275 degrees Fahrenheit as fenugreek burns easily. Notice the constant, gentle stirring. Watch for the shift to a deeper golden brown. This takes 1 minute total. When they're ready, they've deepened to a rich golden brown. The transformation in the aroma is remarkable. The initial bitterness has mellowed, revealing a more complex, nutty maple caramel fragrance. Whole red chili. These dried red chilies have a vibrant color but are relatively subdued when it comes to aroma. I'm using medium-high heat around 350 degrees Fahrenheit, but only briefly. Notice how I'm constantly moving them. Look for them to darken slightly and become more brittle. Their color will deepen to a darker red. It only takes 30 to 45 seconds. After 20 seconds, you'll see them become more pliable before crisping up. The chilies have darkened and become more fragile. Their aroma has intensified with smoky notes emerging alongside that characteristic heat. Mustard seeds. These tiny round mustard seeds appear dormant with just a faint peppery smell. I'm using medium-high heat around 350 degrees Fahrenheit and keep them moving in the pan to prevent burning. Watch for them to pop and jump in the pan. It takes about 1 minute to 90 seconds total. They've darkened slightly and they've released their sharp, pungent aroma. This transformation has converted their flavor from just sharp to deeply nutty with enhanced complexity. Green cardamom. These green pods contain tiny black seeds inside. In their raw state, they have a subtle, sweet, spicy aroma. I'm using gentle low-medium heat around 300 degrees Fahrenheit and toasting these whole with constant movements. The pods will dry slightly, becoming a shade lighter green and more brittle to the touch. It takes about 2 minutes total. The pods have lightened slightly and become more brittle. That incredible perfumed floral fragrance has intensified dramatically, signaling that the heat has activated the volatile oils. I hope this video was helpful in understanding how to unlock maximum flavor in your spices. But activating the flavors in your spices is just the beginning to authentic Indian cooking. If you want to take your spice knowledge to the next level, then watch my essential guide to cooking with spices, where I do a deep dive on 25 spices and how to use them in your cooking. And if you're serious about reclaiming your family's culinary heritage and preserving these precious traditions, apply to work with me.